So now that we know what our greedy choice is, we'll see how we solve the problem. So yeah, what is going to be given to you as input is, first of all, the knapsack's total capacity is given to you. Then a bunch of items and the profit and weight of each item will be given to you. So you will first compute the profits and profit by weight ratio for each item. That is some pre-calculation you have to do. Then at each step, choose the item with the greatest ratio. You're going to add that item to your knapsack. So the value of that item gets added to the total value you have now, and that item's weight is going to be subtracted from the knapsack. Now, however, if that item's weight exceeds your knapsack capacity, you will cut as much as you can and you will take it. So for example, if your knapsack can hold 5 units but the item you choose is 8 units, you will cut it into 8 parts and you will take 5 parts. So the value gained will also be 5 by 8 of the total value. You will continue doing this until either all the items you had have been taken or the knapsack capacity is full. Yeah, so we'll look at one example and then we'll wrap up. So yeah, this is the question given to us. The knapsack capacity is 8 units. These are the items. You have A, B, C and D. The first value is the weight, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg respectively. And the second is the profit or the value of that item. It is 10, 20, 50 and 60 rupees or dollars or whatever. So now what we do is, as we saw, this profit by weight ratio is the quantity we are going to optimize. So obviously it makes sense, we will first compute that quantity, and because at every step you are going to choose the item with the maximum of this ratio, you will arrange these in descending order of the profit by weight ratio. So what have we done here? We just took the input, we had profits and weights given to us, you divided it and you computed the quotient or the ratio, and then you arranged them in descending order of this ratio. So it is C with a ratio of 12.5, followed by D with a ratio of 12, B 6.67 and A ratio 2 respectively. This is the order in which they happen to be. And how did I get this ratio? Simply dividing this quantity by this quantity. Also, our knapsack is initially empty, value is 0 obviously, and the total weight is equal to the weight of the knapsack, which is 8. Total weight as in how much we are allowed to pick is equal to 8, because that's given in the question. This is the initial setup. Right, so that was the initial setup. Now we will choose the item with the greatest profit by weight ratio. So if you see here, C is the item with the greatest profit by weight ratio. Why are we making this choice? I just spent a lot of time describing to you why greatest P by W ratio is a good greedy choice. So going by that greedy choice, we will choose the item with the greatest ratio, which is C, the ratio being 12.5. The weight of this item is 4 and profit is 50. Now you look at the knapsack's capacity, it is 8. This item is just 4 units, so it will easily fit in. So you put the entire item C into your knapsack, the value becomes 50 and your weight will be 8 minus 4 equals 4. So the knapsack becomes 4 units of C. Why 4 units? Because the weight is 4. And what I mean by 4 units is, see, you could have cut it into 4 parts and taken 1 part or 2 parts depending upon your capacity. You take all 4 parts because your knapsack is capable of holding. So 4 units of C, the value is the entire value, which is 50, and the weight is 8 minus 4, which is 4. Now that is our current situation, and these are the remaining items. Alright, so now we still have space on our knapsack, so we'll try taking some more items. So you look at the next item with the greatest ratio, it is item D, the ratio being 12. But there is a crisis. The weight of this item is 5 units, whereas our knapsack can hold only 4 units. So what we will do is, we will cut this item D into 5 parts and we will pick 4 out of those 5 parts. So you will choose 4 units of D. So we already had 4 units of C. Now we pick 4 units of D. The weight becomes 4 minus 4 is 0 and the value was already 50. Now you will get 4/5 of this value. So the total D was 60 rupees value. You're taking 4/5 of the weight. So the value will be 4 by 5 into 60, which is 48 units. So you add a value of 48. So your total value right now is 98. Your knapsack contains 4 units of C and 4 units of D, and it is completely full. So we stop here because the knapsack is full. This is how you solve the fractional knapsack problem using a greedy solution. So to quickly recap, what we do is we are given the items, their weights and profits. You compute the profit by weight ratio, you arrange the items in the descending order. At every step, you pick the item with the greatest ratio. If that weight is compatible with your knapsack, directly put that item in and add that value to your value. If that weight is not compatible, cut that item into so many small parts and pick as many parts as you can, and the value added will also be proportional. So if you are picking 4 parts out of 5, 4/5 of the total value gets added to your knapsack. So you continue doing this until your knapsack becomes full. So the key idea here is, what is our greedy choice? It is the profit by weight ratio. And why is that our greedy choice? Is because of this explanation which I gave here, which is that you are trying to optimize 2 quantities at the same time, and for that this particular parameter P by W helps us best. So that is fractional knapsack.